All right, so welcome back to Supper and Suds. I apologize, it's been a while since I made one of these segments, which plays right into why I do it in the first place. I'm single, busy, work a full-time job. I work 6 days this week, had some 12-hour shifts thrown in there. So the meals that I like to fix are things that are simple, a little different, taste great, and are relatively healthy. So the premise behind the thing, if you haven't seen my videos before, go back and watch some, you'll get the gist. But basically, you know, eating out is expensive. You tend to overeat, overdrink, and it's easy to get in the habit of doing that. But I like to cook meals at home through the week. I do eat out. I ate out, let's see, actually it's Easter Sunday, happy Easter. And I ate out Friday evening. So I do eat out occasionally, but I try not to do that if I can avoid it. You know, it's easier just to come home and, you know, fix a nice little meal, or if you fix something, sometimes you can meal prep, fix some things on Sunday that carry over for the next couple days, some leftovers. So today I am going to show you how I fix tilapia. Now, and we're gonna have a little bit of my go-to Uncle Ben's, which I know somebody's gonna say, "You is this boring? You do that all the time." This is a little different one. This is a whole grain medley, brown wild herbs and rice, herbs and spices. So I'm gonna try that so you get my reaction. That's a little different than I usually fix. I wanna say this real quick, if you're not a fish lover, please don't tune out to this, because tilapia is probably one of the least fishy fish you're gonna ever eat. The meat comes out really nice and flaky white. I'm gonna show you how to season it up here. This cooks in about 12 to 15 minutes. It's quick, it's delicious. The prep time takes maybe 5 minutes. So less than a half hour, you've got a great meal here. Our Uncle Ben's, obviously, it's 90 seconds in the microwave. And this stuff's relatively healthy. 4 ounces of tilapia is only 110 calories. It's got 2 grams of fat and 0 carbs. Guys, that's a pretty amazing meal. Even the rice, you know, per cup, which is 140 grams of this, is only 200 calories. And you'll find it a cup of this. If you weigh it out 140 grams, that's a lot. I usually, you know, probably don't even eat that. There's about 240 grams in a pouch. So if you split that in half, you know, you're less than 200 calories there. Really about 175 if you do half a pouch, 175 calories. So, you know, I haven't in the past been per se a calorie counter, but I've been doing it lately because I'm trying to get in shape a little bit. So, you know, from my videos before, that's the premise behind this thing. I like to cook quick, easy meals that are healthy. The other thing I do is I sample some beer. Now, if you watched this before, you know that my kind of go-to is Dos Equis lager. It's import. Love Dos Equis. It's kind of, if I go out, it's kind of a daily drinker. Unless there's some places that have some interesting, like craft breweries, obviously have some different things that I like to try. But I realized the other day, one of the things I'd never tried before is the Dos Equis Amber. Now, I have had that before, but I'm going to tell you guys, I bet you I haven't had a Dos Equis Amber in 15 years. I just always kind of like the lager better. But there's another key thing to that. The lager is readily available. You can find it at a lot of carry-outs. You know, Walmart carries it. A lot of places, especially if you go to a Mexican restaurant or something, they have it on draft. It's tougher to find Dos Equis Amber. I actually went to 4 carry-outs before I was able to find this. And there's not a lot of bars, restaurants that have it on tap either. So you're gonna get to see my reaction to that today, the Uncle Ben's and the tilapia. So I'm gonna show you real quick here how I fix this tilapia. It's really easy. The first thing I do is I melt a couple tablespoons of butter in a glass baking dish. All right, and then as simple as it can be, I'm gonna put this these fillets in the dish. All right. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper, okay? So you can kind of season the taste, as I usually say. I'm not a big pepper user. I do put a little pepper on that. I'm gonna add a little bit of paprika, all right? Adds a little flavor, a little color, right? Little oregano. And then one of the things we're gonna do is we're gonna top this with a mixture of butter, garlic, fresh garlic, and lemon. Now, guys, these recipes, you know, you can get a recipe anywhere. It's gonna tell you fresh lemon and fresh garlic and all that, but it's not every day you're able to. So I like to keep this around. It's just some minced garlic. It's about the closest thing will come, because I'm actually just using some lemon juice. I didn't happen to have fresh lemons laying around. So anyway, I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter. I put about a teaspoon of garlic in there and a couple tablespoons of lemon, the lemon juice. And we're gonna pour that over both pieces of fish. All right. Kind of spread that around a little bit. Make sure it's on there evenly. And guys, it's about that tough. I'm gonna throw that in the oven at 400 degrees for about 12 minutes. All right. And then I'm gonna check it and make sure it's nice and flaky. You've seen the Uncle Ben's before. All you do is tear that open, throw that in the oven or in the microwave for about 90 seconds, and that stuff comes out great. So while we started our fish in the oven, we're gonna sample our Dos Equis, and then when the fish and the rice are all done, we'll come back and try that. So, hey, I do wanna put a shout out to my little buddy, Will. He watches all my episodes, and I appreciate you doing that, my friend. So anyway, we're gonna try some Dos Equis Amber here in my favorite Kerfman bar glass. So obviously right away we can see we got a nice head on that. We got a really nice amber color, hence the name. So it's just got a real pleasing nose to it. I really do like that. So I can definitely tell there's some wheat to this, which wheat definitely brings some sweetness out on some of these beers. So I'm gonna take a little taste, drop the cap. I better get that before Molly gets it. So as I always say, first taste is a waste. Gonna give that a little bit of a few moments to kind of marinate on my palate to really see what we got here. But my first impression is pretty pleasing. So Dos Equis Amber is an import. So you know, you're not gonna find it everywhere like you do a lot of your domestic beers. This is definitely not gonna fall in a light beer category. I don't really know. You'd have to look at the information on it there. Matter of fact, I'll do that for you. So, you know, if you're, again, watching calories, 146, 14 carbs, no fat. So, guys, this is far cry higher in carbs and calories than some of your low carb beers. I mean, this is definitely a full bodied beer, but it also has, you know, it's got some flavor to it too. Some of those beers are light on calories, light on carbs, but in my opinion, they're light on flavor too. So, you know, I'm gonna have one beer today with dinner. So this is not a calorie killer for the whole day. So I'm gonna take another drink of this and just let you know what we think. So it does go down pretty smooth. There is some sweetness across up front. It's definitely that wheat, but I can definitely, this definitely has a much more bitter finish on it than say the Dos Equis Lager. And that's probably, you know, there's hops in there. But it's not overwhelming if you like a little bitter, and a lot of people really do like that. They like that heavier feel to the beer. I don't know how to really explain that. Some beers are really light and crisp. Some beers are a little more, they're a little heavier, a little more dense almost, and have that bitter, a little bit of bitter finish on them. This has that. If you like that, you're gonna love this beer. It's got a lot of flavor. You know, the grains are really popping in this thing, and it goes down really smooth. Even though it has a bitter finish, as I've said before, I don't like a beer that is so bitter that it lingers on my palate for extended period of time after I've taken a drink. And this is not bad at all. I mean, I don't like a really bitter beer, but this is good. Another good offering from Dos Equis. Very happy with it. I have had it before, but guys, it's been so long, it's like I haven't. Because I just tend to go for the lager, which is lighter, a little bit lighter beer. You know, it's less calories, but not a lot in this. But so this is a great beer. I like it. I think it's going to go well with the fish dish. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause for a few minutes, and when everything's done, I'm going to get back with you, and we're going to see what we got. All right, so I'm back. So our fish is done. I'll give you a little glance at that. Buttery, seasoned well. So I'm gonna put a piece of that on my plate. I'm gonna dump just a little bit of that butter and garlic on top of that. All right, and then I'm gonna put about half of this Uncle Ben's on there. And voila, guys, there you go. A beautiful tilapia fillet. Listen, I kind of did the math on that. Really, this is even if you throw a couple hundred calories in for the butter, because butter, it's 100 calories per tablespoon, but I just love butter. You could substitute some olive oil for this, but this is a 400 calorie meal. That's incredibly low calorie. So we're gonna just take a taste of this tilapia for you. Just steaming hot. And guys, it is delicious. It is so tender and flaky. And this is this whole grain medley, which is a little different. It got a lot of flavors to this. Rice, I'm a huge fan, as you can see. Let me try some different types of rice for you for some of these meals. I just love rice with fish. So anyway, if you don't like fish, please try this. You'll like it. So we have, guys, prep time and all, that's less than 30 minutes. If you're single, there's enough for another meal here. If you're a couple, married couple, then this is a nice meal for you guys. Dos Equis Amber. Goes very nice. So, fantastic meal. And actually, I had I had another filet in there that was 3 for less than $10, and I've actually got the other one in the oven right now because my pan wasn't big enough for all 3 when I prepped. So I just threw it back in there while I'm eating. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this segment. I really plan on doing some other stuff. I'm gonna make you guys a blackberry cobbler, and if I hadn't already, I might already told you another segment. I'm gonna do a blackberry cobbler that's really nice, easy to make. For a dessert, it's really not that crazy on calories, and I'm gonna drink kind of a blackberry infused beer with it. You'll like it. I think you will anyway. So it's fun to do, but again, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I do throw these on Facebook, but appreciate it if you'd go to the YouTube channel, The Supper and Suds, and give me a thumbs up on there. So anyway, hope everybody had a happy Easter. I hope you enjoyed this dish. Give it a chance. If you don't like drinking boring beer, try this Dos Equis Amber, because it's not boring. It's a great beer. So anyway, till next time, I'm out.